First Chronicles is a retelling of the story of the history of Israel. It repeats some of the things that First Kings and Second Kings says, but it also tells it in a different way. And what I want to focus on with you here is the story of David. Now, David, it's commonly known, was a warrior king, and many of his battles, it looks as if in First Chronicles, God is active within these battles. God hands over David his enemies and is with David as he goes throughout these battles. And it's easy to interpret First Chronicles that way. But there's also a section in First Chronicles that challenges this whole idea that God is behind human violence. And that challenge comes in chapter 22 of First Chronicles. David has defeated his enemies, and he's beginning to have these intentions of building the temple of God. And God comes to David through a prophet and says this to David: "You have shed much blood, and you have fought many wars. You are not to build a house in my name, because you have shed much blood on the earth in my sight. But you will have a son who will be a man of peace and rest, and I will give him rest from his enemies on every side. His name will be Solomon." And it ends up that Solomon is going to be the one who builds the temple. Now, what's going on here? It's pretty clear to me that this is a questioning, this is a challenging of the idea that God is behind our violence. The idea that God sanctions violence is challenged here in this paragraph, and also throughout the Bible. So the idea that bloodshed is against the will or the desire of God is not just here in First Chronicles, but you also get it in other areas, such as in Numbers chapter 35 verse 33. It says this: "Do not pollute the land where you are. Bloodshed pollutes the land." Blood is sacred to God. God holds blood with this great high value, and when we kill one another, it's against the desires of God. This is what I think First Chronicles, especially chapter 22, is getting at, and also Numbers. It's a challenging of our will to violence by the divine will to peace. This is what God desires through David's son Solomon. Solomon, his name refers to shalom, peace, rest. So that's my interpretation of First Chronicles. Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know. Bye-bye.